How many of you are excited about Vibrant Visuals? I know for a fact I am, and we finally have a release date for this amazing update. It's finally releasing on June the 17th, which is a Tuesday. As I'm recording this, it's actually the 15th today, so literally 2 days time until this update comes out. Not only does it include, obviously, the big one, which is Vibrant Visuals, but it also includes things such as the Happy Cast and so much more. Now, as much as many people love the look of Vibrant Visuals, there are many people questioning whether or not it's actually a good idea for the game, and I personally think it is, so therefore I want to talk about 5 different reasons why I think Vibrant Visuals is actually a fantastic idea. So number 1 is probably the most important one for many people, and that's the fact that this update is designed to work cross-platform on Bedrock Edition devices such as, Xbox, PlayStation, mobile, and PC, but as long as it has DirectX 12 support, or without needing an RTX GPU, which I think many people find a huge deal. I mean, the only time you could really get graphics like this is by using shaders on PC with super high-end graphics that not many people could actually afford in the beginning, but now this is coming to like mainstream Bedrock Edition devices, it allows people to play with this shader-like experience in a much more affordable way. People already have this game, and therefore they can easily access this experience, and I think that's why many people find this such a big deal. Number 2 is the fact that Vibrant Visuals brings directional lighting, volumetric fog, and realistic shadows, so as much as Minecraft feels more blocky and such like that, that's what the game has always been about, this also kind of add a realistic touch to the game, and I think that's what many people like about it. This update doesn't necessarily change the gameplay of how you're supposed to play the game, but it gives a visual refresh of, what real life is supposed to look like. For example, I went on Vibrant Visuals one day, and I actually really liked the look of the water. It was so much more realistic, the way it moves, the shadows bouncing off the sunlight, rather than just being stuck in a simulational environment, which is something we've all been used to when playing Minecraft over these last few years. It actually makes the environment feel more alive, and that's why I think just this, visual change alone will make people want to play it more. For example, you've got light streaming through trees, you've got fog drifting in caves, you've even got the sunlight bouncing off the water. It even makes your blocks look a lot more realistic, so you've got that kind of simulation sandbox experience at the same time of having the game look more realistic. And I think, the fact that Minecraft are moving in this new innovative way, I think a lot of people really respect that, and although people aren't really sure what to think about Vibrant Visuals, I do think this update will definitely grow on people. Number 3 is that this makes building feel more rewarding. Now you might be thinking, how does it make building feel more rewarding? But if you think about it, you've got lighting, shadows, and colours that are actually more vivid. Players will get a stronger sense of the atmosphere in their builds, especially in places like castles or cities or modern homes or, fantasy landscapes. Even simple builds look more polished with better lighting. So if you build a casual brick, let's just say an old school brick house, it's going to look a lot more better in Vibrant Visuals than what it would with the, the typical sandbox graphics. Just imagine being able to visit a game that you've not played for many years, going back to it, still building the most simple houses you've ever built. You've not got better at building, but just the visual refresh of the game itself instantly makes your build look 10 times better, even though you've not necessarily put the work into that build, if that makes sense. I definitely think not only will Vibrant Visuals make people want to play the game a lot more, but it will also make people want to build more, because therefore, even if they don't build the coolest build in the world, it still makes it feel more rewarding, because many people will be curious as to, just to see what certain blocks might look like in these brand new visual enhancements. Number 4 is that this update actually encourages exploration again. So for example, we have, if you have fog rolling through the caves or sunset rays stretching across the biomes, players are more likely to rediscover biomes and structures they've actually seen 1,000 times before, but with fresh eyes. So imagine seeing all the same biomes you've been used to in these, old sandbox graphics, but then going into it in Vibrant Visuals, you get a whole different perspective on things. And actually, I feel like, because for example, I played Vibrant Visuals on the preview version of Minecraft, and I feel like it made the game feel a lot more bigger. Strangely enough, I know that might be a strange statement, but yeah, not only does it make it look more bigger, but it also makes it look 10 times more incredible. And last but not least, number 5, no mods or texture packs are actually required, and this is easily accessible for everyone who plays Bedrock. Vibrant visuals, for example, were only built into mods or third-party software, but now it's built into Bedrock itself, which is optimized by Mojang themselves and supported officially on those consoles. It means no crashes, no compatibility issues, and no learning curve. And also, people who can't necessarily afford to upgrade to shaders or upgrade, the software they're using, or should I say, the systems, then yeah, it makes it more accessible for everyone else. Back in the day, like I said previously, you actually had to download third-party software that you've probably never heard of before. It was kind of like a sketchy, unsafe way of doing things, but the reward was that you would get, visual enhancements, you would get shaders added to Minecraft, and people really wanted that. But not everyone could get access to it. It was only available to those who, had high-end PCs and, made sure the game didn't crash and they had all of the perfect stats for it. But at the same time, now we're moving in a completely different way where it's becoming more and more accessible for everyone. Even the people who can't afford visual enhancements, it's now free of charge, built into Bedrock, optimized by Mojang, so you know for a fact it's safe. And yeah, I do feel like as well, after this update, that possibly we might be able to download shaders in the marketplace. Now, I've seen this conversation span around social media so many times, and that is just my personal opinion. I feel like one day that we should be able to do that through the marketplace, optimized by, well, not optimized by Mojang, but at least approved by Mojang. And therefore, you'll know that those shaders are safe, anyone can get access to them, and I think it will, just bring a whole new kind of perspective of how the marketplace works, and it will bring a lot more people wanting to sell on the Minecraft marketplace as well. So to me, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, we'll just have to kind of wait and see what other plans Minecraft have actually got. But since Vibrant Visuals is now officially releasing, it would make sense for them to make more shaders accessible via the marketplace. What do you think about that? Let me know down below in the comments section, and also let me know what you're actually excited about in this brand new update. Obviously, it's not just called the Vibrant Visuals, or should I say the Vinbrant Visuals update. It is actually called Chase the Skies. You get Vibrant Visuals, the Happy Cast, and so many other different, ideas and exciting things coming to this update. So make sure you comment down below what your favorite part about this is going to be. I'm not entirely sure when you're watching this. Life is just so busy at the moment, so I apologize if this is a bit late. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, click subscribe, and share it with your friends. I have some other videos on screen right now that I really need you to watch. If you do watch them, we will literally be best friends for life. Make sure you go over there, leave a comment on them, and I'll hopefully see you over there.